Okay, here's a robot I'm using right now. Well, I discovered because I couldn't wait for anybody to get back to me. So I guess forget what I said. Here's the answer. There's free robots out there. I'm not gonna wait for some guy to get back to me. Can't take it. Can't take the impatience. So this guy, it looks like he's Russian. He's got stuff here he's charging for. But I'm gonna tell you right now. What you can do is, um, and I made this stuff. And this is very fine tuned. He's got a free robot here that anybody who wants to test the strategy. Of course, you kind of have to know what's going on under the hood of this thing. Right now, I'm testing it, but what I'm really thinking more like now it's supposed to run on the British pound to the dollar on the 30-minute. It will only run on the 30-minute, but that's fine. That's a great time frame. So what I said in the earlier video, asking people dumb questions like, "Hey, do I need a that?" I see what's going on now. This here is like building a. This is just a guide that's going to do one thing, and this one does say it trades on limit orders. It has all the settings to change in here. But the concept here is that for this to really work, you'd have to have a different settings. You have to run two versions of this, one that has different settings than this one. And so each one's going to be a slightly different trade plan. This way you're diversifying your robots. And you're kind of building a virtual prop house out of robots. So what you do is you tune your robot to a certain pip grid range. Okay, this takes care of the volatility issues. And he's set to engage during certain, like he's out there looking for this certain kind of trade. You also have a different styled, another slightly different guy working in the prop house. Now, if everybody's trading off the same account, it only makes sense that you're going to, when this guy's winning, or this guy's out of a trade, the other guy's in a trade based on a lower target with a tighter stop. The other guy's, and then you can come back and just increase the set. And the thing is that if you realize what time to turn these robots on and let them go, because the thing is that some perform better in a choppy environment and some perform better in a trend environment. So if you know the market's in a trend, maybe you turn on the EMA version of this is running. Now, the settings in here, once you change one setting on here, you're literally changing like the way this thing performs. So, and it, depending on your broker, right? So this is an easy way to start not only testing strategies on the weekend for how you're going to run it in real time with real money. I mean, if you can't afford, for the price of this account, if you put $100 in the account, most of these robots start at $87. Here's a $200 robot. Better to tweak this robot, make 5 different versions of this robot, run them simultaneously off of, maybe each chart can be running with different magic numbers. Each chart's running. And there you go. Now, with the ATR heats up on a, when the ATR gets into a range when it's viable because you wrote the 15 pip stop version of this one single prop trader, this robot trader, he's running, you get my point? You're running, you basically can have 10 employees now. All you have to do is change the setting on one employee. And they're just sitting behind you. and they're trading just a little bit, and they're taking advantage of those little events. This is the way to go. So you want to build a virtual prop house, and maybe these things are trading on clouds. This is the answer. If nobody wants to work anymore, people just want free money. And if you think you know what's going on, put the rule set. This guy's got it for free. There's a volatility filter here, which I was looking for. And I just begun going through the free list of what is inside your trading platform. And if you just go to this site, of course, right? And just free MT4 experts. This guy here is the author. He's got the free one here. He's got this. He's got that. These things make money. Now, imagine, making 5% here, you're making 10% there. You got multiple strategies running. When this guy's not trading, this is not great growth. And he's charging, I don't know. But think about layered diversification bots. They're all free. And you can even pick ones that, you can pick ones that fit your personality, right? Like avatars. So to me, it's totally doable. I'm going to do it. So I'm going to start next week, automated trading with real money. I'm not going to sit there and do the back testing. I'm going to back test here on the weekend. So start running real money on this demo account because it's going to be impossible to, you can just have a virtual prop house PAM account. That's what's got to happen. Make 20%, everybody's making money, everybody can stop fighting with each other. Because really, and if you had the trend bot running at the same time the chop bot's running, maybe you can leave the trend bots on. Ideally, all the bots are running. And you don't have to turn any of them off because there's a step aside. There's a Clara Pellet, right? Step aside. There is a thing to get you out of the thing, right? And because it's a lot to turn these on and off, I'm that lazy that I just want it to go. So I'm testing it right now, and it automatically loads in here. Now I'm making money on this thing. I'm not killing it. And it bought up here. The stop loss is down here. It's in 4K now for some reason. I still don't understand how the settings work in here. So the work's going to be discovering how the settings are constructed. This one's called Python. I've already run some scalping thing, which was I couldn't. So you pick the flavor you want. You tune the puppy up. You realize that here I've got a grid of 10 pips, I think, so I can see what this thing is doing as far as you're trying to watch how it behaves, and every time you change a setting. Yeah, this is 100 pips on this chart right now. These are 100 pip handles. This template, 100 pip handles. So here you can see this thing's got an insanely wide stop. I've got to go back and change the settings. I would never trade like this. It's long, and it might be right in the end. And it's so cute. It's like having a room of building a room of traders. So I would have to call it, for all intents and purposes, the only way to make money with these robots, to really make money out of every aspect of it, is to have a virtual prop house with 10 different styles running, 10 different strategies, all on the same account, hopefully, because you can see how one robot's trading against the other, and it's a virtual. You're getting a hedge going. But you're probably going to want to have to, you're going to have to write this stuff down, right? You can't just go willy-nilly because you got to know what worked. Willy-nilly. Is that a guy that just, is he just like slightly drunk? And I think it's totally doable. Now, I always rail against robots only because you could no more have a one-trick robot than a one-trick trader. You can't just have this one strategy and you're waiting for this Gartley setup, right? And you got to have the. So let me fast forward here because I'm kind of impatient. I think I got it cranked up to the highest speed. Maybe I am. See, my template's slowing it down. I got too much. Let me go to the. I'm probably gonna crash it now. I try to change the template here. But it's long. I would get out. But this thing could make money. Now back testing, and it doesn't really matter too much how you back test. If you're on the half-hour chart, I could back test this 10 years. I could fine tune it. There's no doubt. I mean, this is like auto tune, but imagine auto tune for a major scale, a minor scale. I mean, a really nice, like, it's got like, when you go into a minor scale, all of a sudden it goes into a country song. When you go into a major scale, all of a sudden it goes into a rock song. It's reading the terrain and saying, okay, let's do that. Imagine you've got a chromatic situation, 12 different robots. 12 being 12 notes, the whole spectrum. Full spectrum, but or you just have a and then you could have a of course there's risk management's built into these systems, so that's possible too. Apparently I overdid this thing, so let me go stop, and I'm gonna just go restart it here with the I'm gonna pick a different data set here, and I'm gonna go back into 2012. We'll start this puppy and just let it go full out current spread. I'm going to pick a spread of 3 pips hard. Now this would probably improve my results. Current spread, I don't know if it knows the current spread. I don't know. Let me just, current spread is 0. It's kind of, I think it's starting at 0. Let me put a bad spread in here of 5 pips. I don't know. It's going to blow me up now because I set my stop too tight. But I do think it's doable. Now it's just going to run the default template. It should run super fast. Got the highest speed here. Let's see if we can blow up the account. But the nice thing is you can set these guys to test. You can run tests on 10 demos at once. You can get this thing in the can before the market opens tomorrow. And you trade in real demo money if you don't want to put real money in. And tweak the thing in, get the thing dialed in, and get the sweet spot setting. Then make a run with a different setting and see that those two guys perform good, or get another robot that also makes money, and then when the market opens, you can run both robots on one account, and then you're going to be having to look at the I don't know how you can, I guess with the magic number maybe you can see the results. But if you know what's going on under the hood, I think that's going to make a difference. This is really supposed to be running on the British pound, and I don't know, it doesn't seem to be taking the trades I'd want to take here. But see, it was making money before. I'm just trying to get to the results as quickly as possible. And I don't even, there's so many settings in there. You change one setting. Not only did you change that setting, but you change that number. And once you get something that's kind of crude, it kind of works. And when it works, it works. When it doesn't, it doesn't. But that's why there needs to be more than one computer, just like you have to have more than one trade in the market. You can't just be a swing trader, because sometimes you're just never going to have enough. Like if you can have one of these things running and looking at 15-minute charts, which you want to really pick through a 15-minute chart, and this is obviously not a breakout system. I don't see it taking any trades like that. There are breakout systems out there, and I don't even know what this one's. This is just called Python, and I don't know. I don't know what this thing, I could tune it up better, I'm sure, right? It's losing money. I don't know if it's ever going to make it back. Now you can look at the results. It's just unfolding here. Oof, not big hits. See, something's terribly wrong. So I did something wrong there. Stop loss, take profit. I guess my take profit's too greedy. Oh, stop loss might be too big. I don't know. Here, how about this? EMA. Let me turn this garbage on. I have no idea. Let's just get it to do something, for God's sakes, people. And when I turn that on, it's funny. I don't know. I see, maybe it is running that. Let me run a tighter EMA. So we'll just go 5 and 2. But I think it's viable. Maybe my spread sucks. Here, let me put my spread to unrealistic 3 pips. I went all the way back to 2012, so it's 4 years. I'm the fastest playback speed possible. I'm just trying to get a quick read. I could have the other one running right now on a different guy, but that's where it's going to end up going because there's just no way. It's too hard to describe what you want to do. You can go through this list of stuff on the internet. There's a whole pile of stuff in here for free. I ran this guy. I'm just going through. Digger's next, right? Digger is looking at, he's on a 15-minute chart. So you got Digger running on the 15. You got the other guy running on the half hour. They're all trading on the same account. They're both trading on the same account, and maybe you reach your limit. So it's just like how many prop traders can you fit in a room before you have to before the fire marshal gets upset. And so this is really, look at all this stuff for free. This whole page is free. And it's bottomless pit. Here's your fib trader. Right? Doesn't work all the time, but when it works, right? What's this fib trader making? Don't waste your time drawing a fib. Get this fib bot for free. And let him trade. He'll be right sometimes. Fibonacci opening and closing. So, and just see how this stuff works. The thing about robots is that you got to see that you're building you're really building and see the maximum position says 3 for the free one. Okay. Well, just run multiple instances of 3, and you know that you can run 3. You can run 3 here. You can run 3 there. Better to have 3 diversified than it is to come in with here 100, right? The pro version, filters advanced. I don't know what the pro one called, ultra. On and on. Once you get used to how a robot thinks, not all algorithmic traders make money. Only people that diversify and trade multiple styles. So if you can't handle being a breakout trader and you don't even want to be involved in that kind of dirty trading, like there's a part of you, I'm sure everybody has such a unique, there's trades they won't take. For maybe they got burned, they got bit, like, Mark Douglas says, if one dog bites you, it takes 100 dogs that don't bite you to lose the fear of getting bit by a dog. So that's totally how you fix that. Let the other thing do that stuff. And whether you disable this thing during news, you could do that yourself manually. Well, who cares if it takes some losing trades and news? It gets stopped out, right? I don't know if it's going to go into a loop and blow up the account. It won't, because the other robot's running behind. And this is like if you owned a football team, you don't let the quarterback be the blocker guy, right? The quarterback's good at quarterbacking. So you need to build a team, a trading team out of robots. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what you need. Otherwise, forget about it. Robots are just gonna, you're just gonna say, oh, that doesn't work. Just like the guy that says, oh, that trading style doesn't work. It works when the conditions are right. The stop meets the pip range of the volatility that you're living in, and all the planets align. Anyways, I think that's the answer. So that was easy, and it's free. Beautiful. And way more creativity this way, because you can literally just say, oh, how's the trend bot doing? Right? This is the answer. You still got to build these bots, and if you're going to go the free route, you can see that more work pays off, because all the filters you can have on here, but if you build this with one filter, then you have 3 of those running. You've actually got a better system. You can build 3. You've got more stability because you're at a lower. It's just, and here's the dynamic, whatever, over ATR scale, right? And the Pro one, and I don't know what the Pro one costs, but I don't see a price here. Pro version. But yeah, this is how it's going to have to be. This is better, actually. Get to pick, and some of these pictures are pretty. Here's MACD. You want to be an MACD trader? Sure, it doesn't work all the time. Here's how you dial it in, and beautiful. This is the answer. Don't hire a programmer. Get what these guys have for free. Here's a $20 scalper. That's not bad. $20 to have an employee for $20 that keeps coming in forever. Right? As long as you got electricity in your computer and you got internet connection, you're good. You can see this thing's right. Nice trades. And maybe the chop bot is going to come in here when he's getting out, or when he's getting chopped here because he's taking bad signals. Chop bot's making money. And then you can put these on a cloud and run them and get money from the sky. And be totally possible, totally doable. Can't wait. I'm going to be testing robots this weekend. I'm going to save the settings. I'm going to get a list. I have about access to about 20 demo accounts, and I'm going to start running. Hopefully I can run, if I change the magic number, I can run on each chart, I can run 2 robots per broker. I'll first start out with a binary system when one's trading against the other. Get them dialed in here, and I'll dial them in on the fly as it's trading. I'll see how it's trading. I'll see how it's thinking. I will fine-tune the robot real time with either fake or real money. It doesn't matter, because if you really think MACD works, and people are selling classes on how to do it, well, why don't you just take a person that already knows how to do it, which is this EA, this expert advisor robot, and just tell him, hey, could you just back it down a notch? You're killing me. So if you can get to MQL5.com, and inside of your trading platform, there's a little thing here where if you go into, oh, look, it's losing money, but you have to change the settings on this. See, it's got some insane. I must have some insane take profit that doesn't make sense for the time frame I'm on. And if you had something that just traded and made money on the other stuff, even though this guy's losing, right, the other guy's killing it. And there's times when this thing makes money. I gotta believe. Let's hope, right? Hasn't blown the account up. But there's definitely something wrong in my settings here, I can tell you that. I'm just guessing. I threw settings in here that I was like, okay, let's try this, let's try that. I didn't have a clue what this means. Start, step, stop. This terminology is completely... I didn't even turn on this guy, right? I didn't change this, right? Maybe I changed that to 12. Who knows what's going on here, right? Change this to 13. You know, you got to really know what's going. These settings. That's the whole problem. Just like the settings on your car, you know, you can't have the wrong pressure on the vacuum hoses or the car's freaking out. It doesn't take much to go out of spec. But at the bottom, if you go into the very bottom of your navigator, there should be a where it says Expert Advisors. There used to be a place here to go down to the I don't know how you get to the MQL5, but you go to that site there, and it throws it right in your, oh, it's in here now. If you go inside of the terminal, and you have your trades, and you go to market, this is where all the free robots are living. And you just double click and it loads it in, boom. Your job is to tweak them. Here's my fractal trader, right? So you got this trader running, that trader running. They have their purposes, and you can be running them in tandem. So you have to go here to main, and then you have to go to applications. Then you have to go to downloads. Wait, did I screw that up? Applications. There's a category for free here. Oh wait, applications. Then you have to go to free. It's hard to get. They don't make it easy. Go to free. Now you're in the free world, and you can see the scalper, the Python, the pivot points entry. So you could have. Here's the harmonic trader. That's what I'm talking about. See that? Does it get any better than that? The harmonic butterfly. Finally. I'm waiting for that. There you go. Free. Test it, run it. And maybe it's right every now and then. I might run that on the 1 minute chart actually. I don't know if it's got a time frame setting predefined there, but it looks like not. That might work on the 1 minute actually. You know, the Zigartlis are so rare. It's like a monarch butterfly in the backyard. How often does that line up? Anyways, that's what I'm thinking.